According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 680.42, you must comply with the provisions of Part 1 and Part 2 of Article 680 when dealing with hot tubs. This means a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFI, outlet is required within 20 feet of an outdoor hot tub. The size of the tub is irrelevant to this requirement. This regulation is directly related to Section 680.22a3, which states that where a permanently installed pool is installed at a dwelling unit, no fewer than one 125-volt, 15 to 20 ampere receptacle on a general purpose branch circuit shall be located not less than 3.0 meters, which is approximately 10 feet, and not more than 6.0 meters, which is approximately 20 feet from the inside wall of the pool or hot tub. This receptacle must be located not more than 6 feet 6 inches above the floor, platform, or grade level serving the pool or hot tub. The purpose of this requirement is to provide a readily accessible power source for equipment used in and around the hot tub, such as cleaning equipment or entertainment devices, while minimizing the risk of electrical shock. The GFI protection is crucial because it constantly monitors the current flowing through the circuit. If it detects any imbalance, meaning some of the current is leaking to ground, which could happen if someone touches a live wire or if there is water intrusion in an electrical device, it will trip the circuit very quickly, cutting off the power and preventing a potentially fatal shock. It's important to understand the specific requirements for installing a GFI outlet near a hot tub to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. Firstly, the outlet must be a GFI protected receptacle. This means the receptacle itself is designed to interrupt the circuit if it detects a ground fault. Secondly, the GFI receptacle must be readily accessible. This means it should be easily reached without having to climb over obstacles or move equipment. Thirdly, the receptacle must be located within the specified distance from the hot tub, which is between 10 and 20 feet from the inside wall of the hot tub. This ensures that it is convenient to use but far enough away to minimize the risk of it being splashed with water. Fourthly, the receptacle should be installed at the correct height, which is no more than 6 feet 6 inches above the floor, platform, or grade level serving the hot tub. This makes it easy to reach for people of different heights. Fifthly, the circuit feeding the receptacle must be a general purpose branch circuit. This means it can be used for other purposes besides just serving the hot tub. However, it's important to ensure that the circuit has enough capacity to handle the load of the hot tub equipment and any other devices plugged into the receptacle. Sixthly, it's crucial to use appropriate wiring and conduit for the installation. The wiring should be sized correctly for the amperage of the circuit, and it should be protected from physical damage and moisture. Conduit is often used to protect the wiring, especially in outdoor locations. Seventhly, all electrical connections must be made properly and securely. Loose connections can cause overheating and potentially lead to a fire. It's important to use the correct connectors and tools for the job and to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Eighthly, the installation must comply with all applicable local electrical codes and regulations. These codes may vary depending on the location, so it's important to check with the local authorities before starting the work. Ninthly, it is essential to have the installation inspected by a qualified electrical inspector. This will ensure that the work has been done correctly and that it meets all safety standards. Tenthly, it is highly recommended to hire a licensed electrician to perform the installation. Electricians have the knowledge, skills, and experience to do the job safely and correctly. They can also help you navigate the complex electrical codes and regulations. Understanding the relevant sections of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, is crucial for ensuring the safety of electrical installations near hot tubs. Article 680 of the NEC covers the requirements for electrical wiring and equipment in and around swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations, including hot tubs. Section 680.22 specifically addresses the requirements for receptacles near these installations. It outlines the number, location, and type of receptacles that are required to be installed. This section is designed to provide a convenient and safe source of power for equipment used in and around the hot tub. Section 680.42 specifically addresses spas and hot tubs. It references the general requirements outlined in Parts 1 and 2 of Article 680. This means that all the general requirements for swimming pools also apply to hot tubs, unless specifically modified in Section 680.42. It is important to carefully review both sections to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Ground-fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are a critical safety device that protects people from electrical shock. They work by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit and quickly interrupting the power if they detect a ground fault. A ground fault occurs when current leaks from a conductor to ground, which can happen if someone touches a live wire or if there is water intrusion in an electrical device. GFCIs are required in many locations around a home, especially in areas where there is water present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. They are particularly important near hot tubs and swimming pools because of the increased risk of electrical shock in these environments. It's important to test GFCIs regularly to ensure that they are working properly. Most GFCI receptacles have a test button that can be used to verify their functionality. If a GFCI fails to trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. Proper grounding is another essential safety measure for electrical installations. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip the circuit breaker and prevent electrical shock. All electrical equipment and wiring should be properly grounded according to the requirements of the NEC. This includes the hot tub itself, as well as any electrical equipment associated with it, such as pumps, heaters, and lighting. The grounding system should be inspected regularly to ensure that it is in good condition and functioning properly. Bonding is another important safety measure that helps to equalize the voltage between different metal parts in and around a hot tub. This reduces the risk of electrical shock by preventing a voltage difference from developing between these parts. All metal parts within 5 feet of the hot tub should be bonded together using a solid copper conductor. This includes metal piping, metal fences, and metal structural components. The bonding system should be inspected regularly to ensure that it is in good condition and functioning properly. In addition to the requirements for receptacles, grounding, and bonding, there are other electrical safety considerations to keep in mind when installing a hot tub. Firstly, it's important to keep electrical equipment away from water. Never locate electrical equipment where it could be splashed with water or come into contact with wet surfaces. Secondly, use only approved electrical equipment for outdoor use. Outdoor electrical equipment is designed to withstand the elements and is typically constructed with weatherproof materials. Thirdly, avoid using extension cords whenever possible. Extension cords can be a safety hazard, especially in wet environments. If you must use an extension cord, make sure it is a heavy-duty cord that is rated for outdoor use. Fourthly, never overload electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the circuit breaker to trip, and it can also create a fire hazard. Be sure to check the amperage rating of the circuit and the wattage of the devices you are plugging in to ensure that you are not exceeding the capacity of the circuit. Fifthly, have your electrical system inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. An electrician can identify potential safety hazards and make recommendations for repairs or upgrades. This is especially important if you have an older home or if you have recently made any changes to your electrical system. By following these electrical safety tips, you can help to protect yourself and your family from electrical shock and other electrical hazards. Remember that electricity can be dangerous, so it's important to take precautions and to always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns.